Hey guys, welcome back to Pages with Sidra. Today, we're jumping into chapter 747 of Magic Emperor. If you haven't seen the earlier chapters, hit up the playlist first. But if you're ready, let's dive right in. Zhuo Yifan, are you leaving the demon-scheming sect? A girl cried out. Zhuo Yifan turned to see Yongning, who suddenly looked at him in shock. Where are you going? You better give us a clear location or we won't be able to find you. Zhuo Yifan's eyes softened. You don't have to look for me. Once I finish reporting to the demon-scheming sect, I'll be going home to Tianyu. Really? The girls cheered. Zhuo Yifan nodded. Of course, why else did you think I asked you to wait? Forget Mystical Heaven's sect and come with us. Once I finish over at the sect, we'll be going home together so you won't meet any trouble on the way. The girls bobbed their heads in elation. With Zhuo Yifan back in the Luo clan, the girls would no longer have to suffer the bitter loneliness of being so far apart. Now let's set off. Zhuo Yifan shouted, breaking their thoughts. Seeing them all go, the girls caught up. But then Shuang'er stalled, and her eyes turned black as they reflected the starry sky. Her heart throbbed in her chest, and she was gasping for breath. What's wrong, Shuang'er? Yongning started in worry. Zhuo Yifan frowned. Coming over, what happened? I don't know. My heart suddenly became frantic. I'm better now. Shuang'er looked lost as she shook her head. She felt a sudden danger, as if someone was coming for her. But then the feeling went away as quick as it came. Zhuo Yifan looked around the area with a careful gaze before setting his mind at ease. It must be that Shuang'er is unwell. Once we return, she'll be getting better. And so, they left the Double Dragon Manor, unaware that Shuang'er's frantic heart was an omen of the future. Bam! In a forest, a rock covered in moss was pulverized. The sun's bright rays shone down deep in the dark and humid cave, long hidden from the world. Two panting figures stood before it in joy. Second Prince, we finally found the Yun clan ancestral home. Ha! A mere profound heaven expert, wearing all black, looked at the other in glee. Grinning, the youth nodded, clenching the yellow silk tight in his hand. So many years, and now we finally found this accursed place. Big brother, Imperial Father, once I crack the Yun clan ancestral home's secret, I will find the best in western lands and will return the lands to the Yuan clan. I will avenge you. And you, old third, dishonorable pig, your days are at an end. Ha ha! The youth cackled like mad, his eyes consumed by hatred. Looking ahead, the guy in black took the lead. Your Highness, I'll be scouting ahead. Stay behind me and be careful. Thank you, Black Eagle. Second Prince nodded. After years of toil, the second prince finally shed his overconfidence as an imperial prince, finally showing respect to the wise. Black Eagle, without you, I would have never reached here. Being close all their journey, the second prince sighed. To find the Yun clan ancestral home, we've been through so much danger and lost our way more times than I can count. We have even been trapped again and again. In the end, how many died, how many are left? Now I am alone, with you as my sole companion to share life and death with. From now on, you are my brother. The guy in black shook, touched to the core. He never imagined that the second prince they were ordered to use as a pawn would treat him so. He felt ashamed. He wanted to spill the beans about everything and not let his highness suffer for another's revenge. Everyone had a heart, even the crown prince's die-hard followers. Having spent so many years with the second prince, he had a change of heart. He couldn't bear to see his new master being hurt for following this stupid hatred. But that would mean the crown prince's final wish. Your Highness, actually. Haiying was conflicted, frowning as he wanted to say something. In his moment of carelessness, he stepped onto something and fell. Plop! In the darkness, Black Eagle suddenly vanished, and the second prince cried out, Black Eagle. Two sharp yells broke the silent darkness, yet only their own ears could hear them. Second Prince and Black Eagle then looked around, but beyond the eternal darkness, there was only more black. Haiying, can you fly out? Second Prince asked. He shook his head, filled with dread. No, this cave is just weird, preventing me, a profound heaven expert, from flying. Yet we're still falling. Just when will we reach the end? We're finished. With such a deep cave, once we hit the ground, we'll be plastered. My life will return to the heavens. Second Prince wailed, filled with resentment. He hadn't gotten revenge yet. How could he die just like that? Haiying sighed. biting back the words that threatened to come out. However, there was an odd sound, and the two suddenly slowed down before finding themselves afloat in pitch blackness. The two were stunned and looked around. I am one of the 10 ancient sovereigns, Sovereign Yun's remnant, sent by her to guard my clan. Are you the sons of my clan, coming to pay your respects? A deafening voice rocked their ears, threatening to blow their eardrums. A white image hundreds of meters wide appeared. He looked like an aged immortal, with power and wisdom. He had silvery flowing hair, a white beard, and a deep and profound aura. The entire void was filled with glittering stars the next second, flowing in a mystical pattern. The two stared agape at the display. Sovereign Yun frowned. If you're indeed of my bloodline, what difficulty is there in bowing before this old man? You may entrust to shade of my remnant, and I shall grant you a moment's peace and safety. So the Yun clan's ancestral land hides such terrifying expert. If you're not of my clan, then trespassing into my Yun clan forbidden ground means you shall forever leave your bones here to atone for your crime. What? The two cried out. Only Yun clansmen could come here, if they wanted to live. The two were frantic, with the second prince having no shame as he said, Ancestor, I'm from the Yun clan. I'm Yun Yong. He Ying's face twitched, and he sighed. This guy changes tunes too fast. He even renounced his name. Then again, being chased for so many years, he lost his arrogance as a prince. All he ever cares about is survival, even using a sharp tongue. Ancestor, I'm also from the Yun clan. I'm Yuning. He Ying cupped his hands. Sovereign Yun mocked. It doesn't matter if you say you are. I will be the judge of that. Sovereign Yun's eyes shot prismatic lights as it scanned the two. Humph, my Yun clan have mystic eyes that can read the heavens. Yours are normal, and you think you can pretend to be of my clan. After the scan was over, Sovereign Yun snorted, Common fools, die for trespassing in the Yun clan's forbidden grounds. The pitch-black world began to burn, as stars started falling on the two. Thousands of city-wide bright lights were coming down on them at full force. With so many coming to plaster them, there was no way two puny, profound heaven experts could take it, not when even ethereal stage experts would have a hard time. That's it for today's chapter recap. If you enjoyed the breakdown, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to stay updated with the latest manga, manhwa, and manhwa recaps. Got thoughts on today's chapter? Drop them in the comments. I'd love to hear your take on the story. See you in the next one. Until then, keep turning the pages.